Hello, beautiful human. Welcome to another episode of the Returning Home podcast, hosted by yours truly, Lin Liem. And in today's episode, we're going to be diving deep into what it is that you need when you want to start your spiritual awakening. What do you need? This is a question that I received actually a couple of weeks ago, and it really got me thinking into how can you explain and what can you do in order to start your spiritual awakening or to deepen your spiritual awakening. Maybe you've already gone through one or you're ready for the next level of it. So if that's something that you love to learn more about, then in this episode, we're going to dive deep in all of the juice, all of the things that you need. So without further ado, let's hop right in today's episode. So before we're going to dive into how we can start a spiritual awakening or either deepen one, I love to share in a very, very brief way, what is a spiritual awakening? This is a question that I've given a lot of thought, and without making it complicated in how a spiritual awakening feels like or what is happening when you're going through one, I do believe that a spiritual awakening really is a shift in your vibration, a shift within your energy, a shift in your resonance. And if you think about that everything is energy and energy is everything, then it kind of makes sense that when we move through spiritual awakening, there is a shift that happens within us energetically, and that energetic shift allows us to see things in a new way, to experience our reality in a different way. And that is what's happening with a spiritual awakening in its deepest core, or at least this is my belief. And so now that we know how or what a spiritual awakening is, we kind of look at how we go about this in a different way, because it's not just about what do you do or how do you trigger or activate something like that. It's more about how can I raise my vibration? How can I create that shift in my vibration? Meaning that you're letting go of some of your lower vibrational energies and helping it to invite more light into it. So what this means on a deeper level is we all have a shadow. And there is actually an episode on YouTube that I've either already spoken about this, or I'm still about to upload this episode. So if I haven't spoken about this, then stay tuned for that episode, because I'm going to dive deep into shadow work, what it is, how we can utilize it to further deepen our spiritual awakening. But we all have both higher vibrations and lower vibrations, the same as that we have a lot of great feeling emotions like joy, love, passion, freedom, enlightenment. And we have emotions that don't feel that great, such as shame, guilt, anger, fear, grief. These are all emotions that are from a low vibrational essence. Does that mean that these vibrations or that these emotions are bad? Absolutely not. I've come to a point in my life where I now say we can have all of us. It's not only love and light. It's not only bringing us much positivity with the world and denying those parts of ourselves. It's embracing those lower vibrational parts of ourselves so that it doesn't hold the power over us. What we resist is what persists. Now, if you're just starting out on your spiritual journey, you might be wondering, so what does this all mean? Like, how can I use this in a tangible way? How can I raise my vibration? How can I allow in more light into my life? More positive energy, such as joy, abundance, financial abundance, doing something that you love. How can you start something like this? You can make this very, very complicated, but I was sitting down just now and I was thinking, well, to be quite fair, to start a spiritual awakening, you don't need anything. What does that mean? It means that you can start wherever you are in your life with yourself, right? The only thing that you need is you. You don't necessarily need all the tools and the people and the guides, and all you need is you. And then once you're with yourself, it's just questioning some of your belief systems. Questioning, why do I do what I do? Is it because I think I have to? And wait a minute, if I think that I have to do it, why do I think that I have to do it? Is there some conditioning there? Some things that we were brought up to believe. This is how you live your life. This is what you need to do in order to secure all these things in your life. This is how you need to talk. This is how you dress. This is who you hang out with. Could be anything, right? So questioning is a big thing. And the key component that is necessary, doesn't matter if you are just starting out or deepening, you're already further along in your spiritual journey. You've been going through it for years and years and years or decennia, it doesn't matter. What you need is questioning and being present, knowing what's going on within yourself. What are you thinking? How aware are you of what you're thinking and feeling and how you behave, how you react to certain things? Because this is where we can shift our energy. This is where we get to the sweet spots of how we shift and transform. We cannot build something that we'd love to experience or something that we'd love to feel on something that is old and outdated, right? In order to properly sit on a stable chair, we need 4 legs, right? It cannot have 3. They cannot be old or broken. They need to be solid. So what we look at is our foundation. What are some foundational things in our life that might not be in alignment with who you are today, what you want out of life, how you love to feel? And ultimately, I believe that just doing these 2 things, being present and questioning everything, right? But questioning in a way that you stay objective. I know that this is how I started my spiritual journey as well. I was triggered through new experiences, and these new experiences helped me to question my values, my beliefs, my conditioning, and why I was doing what I was doing. And this whole new world started to open up, because once we shift our energy, we start to see things in a different way. We start to see things in a different light. And so when we shift our energy, our reality changes, our opportunities changes. Not because the opportunities weren't there before, but because now that we're looking from a new angle, we're looking from a new perspective, we see things in a different way. And this is what's happening with a spiritual awakening. And you might have been feeling that you've been going through a spiritual awakening and you then started to plateau. I've had many, many moments where I felt like, okay, I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm shifting. And then suddenly there was like this plateau. There was this feeling of like, I'm ready for something new, or I'm getting bored by all the things that I've now learned and started to embody and practice. I feel like there's a new level to this. And every time that you get to that place, there's kind of this silence. There's this space where new things are forming and going into your life, and then suddenly, before you know it, you're going to be going on a different pace again, finding out different things about yourself, opening up to new ideas, different parts of yourselves, exploring past lives, future lives. But those things are not necessarily important. It's more so that once we start moving through this experience, there are so many levels to it. The levels are endless and the levels are infinite. So it doesn't matter where you are in your spiritual awakening. I truly believe that we spiritually awaken, we evolve till the day that we die, until all the time after we've died. There is no end to it all. If the universe is infinite, if source is infinite, if energy can never die, if there's no end, no start, and no end to it all, then it means that this continues to go on forever and ever and ever. So there is no end goal. It's not a race. It's only meeting yourself where you're at right now, doing the things that I literally just mentioned, and that's how you start shifting your energy. Whether that you're starting your spiritual journey or you're very far in your spiritual journey, you'll always seem to find new things about yourself and to find new things about our universe and the world that we live in. It's almost as if there's this separate universe that we can find within ourselves. I recently said something like, I always try to get out there, out into the cosmos, out into the universe, until I started to discover that the only way that I want to access that, I have to tune inwards. Through meditations, I've seen the universe, I've seen planets, I've seen things, I've seen stuff only because I was going inwards. And I stopped trying to go outwards, trying to get there. There is so much that we don't even know about ourselves. There's so many mysteries within our universe, within the cosmos, on different planets, off different planets, on this planet, within this planet, that we don't even know about. There are so many parts and levels to it. So being with yourself, it sounds simple, but it's such a key component to spiritual awakening, to getting to know things that will blow your mind when you get there. Let me know in the comments if there were any aha moments. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from, because I'd love to get to know you. Of course, if you're tuning in from YouTube, like this video if you've liked it, click that like button and share this video with anyone who you think could benefit from this message right now. If you're tuning in from Spotify or Apple Podcasts, be sure to give this podcast a 5-star review if you're enjoying it. It will really, really help me to spread this message with the world and to continue putting out content like this. It literally takes a few seconds. And check out my Lightworker merchandise if you want to further support my journey, further support my channel, and further support to help me to continue to put out content like this, to make this sustainable for me. Thank you so much for doing that. And at the same time, you will be spreading the message of spiritual awakening, consciousness with the world. And this is how you assist in the transition that Mother Gaia is making right now. I think that truly was it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Keep shining, keep growing, and keep being your beautiful self. I'm looking forward to see you in the next one. Bye for now.